Hello everybody, welcome to this video tutorial on stress management. Well, this is a very important topic because I really feel stress affects all of us. You might be belonging to any age group, living in any part of the city, the world or the country, or you might be coming from different backgrounds and cultures. Well, stress is a part of our life and we need to accept the fact. Today in this video tutorial, we will talk about ways of handling stress better. Let's get started. Well, the agenda today is going to be on understanding what stress is all about, the causes of the stress, the types of stress, how stress affects our daily lifestyle. Well, we will also identify what our individual stressors are. It's important to know what stresses you out, otherwise you will not be able to manage your stress better. We will also check our vulnerability to stress in different situations, and this is a part of a question and answer test which you will take. Techniques to control stress, and that is the essence of the program today, how to manage our stress and techniques to control our stress. Well, stress means different things to different people, but if I have to give you a definition of stress, what exactly is stress? Stress can be defined as a mental, physical, emotional and behavioral reaction to any perceived demands or threats. Well, we stress out because of two reasons. Firstly, when we have a situation or a circumstance on us wherein our body feels it's threatful, it's also painful and difficult, and our body doesn't have the resources to cope up with that stress. That is what is stress all about. Let's understand certain basic facts and concepts about stress. Stress is defined as how the body reacts to demands. Stressors are the causes of stress. Well, we need to understand what is our trigger. Well, if we understand what is our trigger point, we will be able to understand the cause of stress. Stress is a part of our life and we need to accept the fact that it is always going to be a part of our life. It is not possible to live in a stress-free environment. Well, what we can do is learn to manage our stress so that we are better prepared to increase our life challenges. What causes stress? Now, there are different reasons and different causes of stress. Same situation, two people, one get affected, one might not get affected by stress. Let's understand what are these causes of stress. There are two causes, internal causes and external causes. Let's discuss both of these causes so that we know these are the root causes of our stress. Internal causes, chronic worry. Now, there are some people who make it a habit to worry. Until and unless they don't worry, they feel something is really missing from their lives. So that is chronic habit of stress. Pessimism, always thinking negative. Any situation you are in, firstly you think negative about that situation, which can lead to a stress. Rigid thinking, not being very flexible by nature, always thinking, yes, I need to think in this particular manner and that's it. That's not a good habit. Negative self-talk, unrealistic expectation. Let's not expect too much out of us. Ultimately, we are human beings. We are not robots. Let's do as much as we can. Let's not have too much expectation on us. And all or nothing attitude. Well, these are the internal causes of stress. Let's now come to external causes. Some of the external causes are major life changes. There might be a marriage on the card, or there might be a change of city, change of country, or even a job change. These are major life changes which can affect you in your stress. Work or college, you might be working or you might be in college, and that might be also stressful. Broken relationships, again a big cause of stress. You might be undergoing a marriage or you might be having a kind of a divorce or separation, which also can be stressful. Financial problems, a major cause of stress in today's lifestyle. Stress in your family. Any member of your family might be stressed out because of which you get affected, and that's an external cause of stress. Busy, too much of having things to do, being involved in too much of things and not being able to manage your time properly might also be an external cause of stress. Well, I hope you have understood the internal and external causes of stress. Let's move on. There are 4 types of stress: threat, frustration, pressure and conflict. Let's understand these a little better. When you feel threatened, your body feels threatened either physically or emotionally, that can be a type of stress. Being frustrated for something which is beyond your control can also be a type of stress. Pressures. Now there are different kinds of pressures: time pressure, peer pressure, pressure of performing well in your studies, pressure of really undergoing a major surgery or operation can also be a part of stress or a type of stress. Conflict. Being involved in a conflicting situation wherein you feel that there's something negative out of it, or you might feel that there is a change of expression or change of thoughts and opinions with another people, can also be a type of stress. Well, do I need to really say how stress affects us? The picture here on the slide says it all. Stress affects us physically, emotionally, financially, in our health, everywhere stress affects us. Let's understand what these effects of stress are. Right, the physical effects of stress are: you might have a headache, there might be a sleepiness, tight or sore muscles in our body, shaky hands, sweatiness, stomach ache, and also rapid breathing. These show in our physical signs that we are stressed out when we undergo all of these things. These are not good for our health, are they? Well, if I have to tell you the emotional effects of stress, again, something which we face at times to time, there are moodiness. Because of stress, we might feel a lot of mood swings happening to us. At some times, we might be really happy, sometimes we might be really sad. So there are a lot of extreme mood swings which happen because of stress. We might feel a lack of enthusiasm. We feel very demotivated, lack of energy, lack of passion, which is again an emotional effect of stress. We might have forgetfulness. We might suffer from short-term memory loss, again an emotional side effect. Excessive amount of worrying, short-temperedness. We might lose our temper very quickly with some people. We might really snap at people, again not a good thing. So, emotional effect of stress. Feeling overwhelmed is also one of the cause or the effect of stress. Stress affects our health in a very major fashion, and I need not say here how. Let's still understand what are the health issues when we are stressed out. Well, we might suffer from depression or anxiety. 80% of the population today is suffering from depression. They might not say it, but they are depressed and anxious. That is not a good thing. Weight problems, either we might have fluctuating weight problems, we might lose a lot of weight, or we might gain a lot of weight because of stress also. Heart diseases, we are suffering from heart attacks and heart diseases and strokes. So much is happening today's time. It's really not serious to understand. It is affecting us in a very, very major fashion. Digestive problems, our stomach related with anything, pancreas, everything is related with stress. Cognitive and memory problems, again, is an effect of stress. Skin problems also can happen because of stress. Well, these emotional, physical and health problems because of stress are not good signs, and we need to take measures to completely eradicate stress from our life. Well, let's understand now what is the cycle of stress. Now, stress goes through different phases and cycles, and let's understand each of these phases now. There is a stressor or there is a trigger which helps to initiate or trigger that stress, which causes negative reactions in our body, because of which we react to stress either in a positive fashion or in a negative fashion, which will help us to understand if there is a negative, we will understand wear and tear of the body. So if we react to stress in a negative manner, we are having wear and tear of the body, because of which there is reduced optimum health, and that affects our health if we are reacting negatively to stress, because of which there is increased sensitivity to tests, and which helps us evaluate whether we want to fight the stress or we want to flight the stress. Now, what we are really trying to understand is, do you want to fight the stress, remove the stress, the causes of stress from your life, or you want to flight, meaning you want to take off, meaning you want to let go and remove the stress from your life completely. This is an individual decision whether you want to fight it or you want to run away or flight from the situation. There is no right or wrong answer in this. It depends upon individual to individual what you would want to do with that stress. Moving on. Here is some research, some data, some statistics and some figures which have come in terms of stress. Now, research says that 4% of people are stress producers. 16% of people are actually semi-stress producers. So if you are falling under the 4% or the 16%, it basically says you love to produce stress wherever you are, whichever situation and with whomever you are. Well, 36% of the people are natural, so they are not really stress producers or non-stress producers, they're just neutral. 31% of people are happiness producers. So wherever they are, in whichever situation they are, they love to produce happiness and love and care. Then there are 13% of people who are permanently stress-free. And I'm sure looking at the statistics and data, you would love to be in 31% or amongst the 13% of people who are actually stress-free. Which part you are in is which you have to decide yourself. This is again a research saying that individuals stress out for different reasons. Now on this slide you will see there are different words and terminologies written. What I'm trying to really make you understand is that different people stress out because of different reasons. You might stress out because of physical health or finances or studying, classes. Even getting married for some people can be a really stressful situation. Buying a house, which is actually a very, very nice feeling, ultimately also leads to stress into some people. What I would really want you to do now is remove a pen and a paper and write down these questions. What are your individual stressors? Identify what really worries you or causes tension to you. After that, write down whether you are able to control any aspect of the stress or any aspects of the stress which are beyond your control. The next thing which I would want you to write down is this stress caused by your own thoughts, your own decisions, your own body, or something from the environment has caused this stress to you? When you are able to write down this in a very categoric manner, you are able to identify your stress and remove stress from your life. We are next going to test our vulnerability to stress, meaning we will determine whether we are really affected by stress or not affected by stress. This you will do with the help of a questionnaire which I am going to share with you right now. This is a question and answer. It's a test wherein you have to read all these questions on your left hand side and you have to tick whether you are, which condition you fall into: almost always, usually, sometimes, almost never, or never. You have to read up the questions and tick mark in the correct box whichever you feel like. Well, there are 10 questions over here and the next 10 in this particular slide. So read up all these questions very, very carefully. It's your own self-assessment and I would really want you to be honest about it. After you finish all these 20 questions, you need to do your individual scoring. And your scoring should look something like this. If you have got scores between 0 to 10, means you have an excellent resistance to the vulnerability of stress. If you have scored between 11 to 29, you have little vulnerability to stress. If you have scored between 30 to 49, you are somewhere vulnerable to stress, sometimes. 50 to 74, you have serious vulnerability to stress, and that's a zone wherein you wouldn't want to be in. 75 to 80 is again a condition wherein you are extremely vulnerable to stress. Well, out of all these scorings, I would ideally want you to be in the first two, which is good. If you are amongst the last three, not a good sign. Is something that you need to start working on your tolerance level to decrease your vulnerability to stress. Coming to the most important part of this module, techniques to handle stress. Well, we have understood a lot of things in our module today on stress, but what ultimately will help you is how to understand how to control the stress or learn how to manage stress, because we have understood stress is a part of our life. So we need to accept it and learn to live with it. Techniques to manage stress: get moving. Get your shoes on, go for a jog, go for a walk, hit the gym, go for swimming, play any kind of sport. Whatever will keep you physically active will help you to reduce stress. When you are physically active, there are a lot of hormones which are positive hormones in your body which helps you to decrease your level of stress. Secondly, try to connect with others as much as you can. Try and form a group of people, or your best friend, your closest friend, your family members, your sister, brother, anybody whom you can share your day-to-day activities with. That helps you to reduce stress. Thirdly, relax yourself as much as you can. Find at least 30 minutes of the day which helps you to relax. Now, relaxation can be anything. You can really do meditation, try and do some yoga, or you can also just listen to music and stress yourself less. Eating a healthy diet. I know we are living in a very environment which is lots of junk food everywhere, and we get tempted and attracted by junk food, but I would really say try and avoid junk food as much as you can. Restrict it only to weekends. Try and eat healthy fruits and vegetables as much as you can. Lastly, it is very important to get your 8 hours of sleep in today's time. I know it's difficult to do that. Try and at least hit the bed for 7 hours a day. Well, lastly, to conclude, I would love to leave you with a quotation. Let's hear this out. Problems will always be there. The greatest ability to fight against stress is choosing one thought over the other. Don't let your mind bully your body into believing that it has to carry all the burden of its worry. Worrying will lead to stress. Happiness is a choice. So learn how to be happy today and be stress-free. Thank you for listening to us, enjoying watching this video. We would love to connect with you, and have a great day. Bye-bye.